Do you ever feel like you're a stranger in a world that demands conformity? While others beg for belonging, you stand alone, unapologetic, forging a path they can't comprehend. That's not a flaw, it's your Sigma strength, a power most will never grasp. Today we're exposing why you don't fit in, and why that's your greatest asset. Welcome to Sigma Male Community, the forge where independent, resilient men sharpen their minds and master their lives. In this video we're diving deep into 11 reasons Sigma males are a mismatch to most people, a truth that will resonate with the 99% of you who live by your own unbreakable code. This isn't just content, it's a call to embrace your stoic strength, your solitary fire, and the mindset that sets you apart. Let's unravel why your independence unsettles the masses and how it fuels your ascent to excellence. 1. The Solitude Paradox. Alone but never lonely. Imagine a city at dusk, streets buzzing with voices, yet the Sigma male walks alone, his mind a sanctuary. Most people fear silence. They drown it with chatter, parties, or endless scrolls, terrified of facing themselves. But for a Sigma, solitude is oxygen, a sacred space where clarity sharpens like a blade in a whetstone. It's where he strategizes, reflects, and rebuilds, not to escape the world but to conquer it on his terms. Society misreads this as coldness, assuming he's detached because he doesn't crave their noise. Yet, this is stoic mastery, choosing stillness to govern his energy, not squandering it on fleeting distractions. Picture a lone eagle circling above a storm, untouched by the chaos below. That's the Sigma recharging in isolation to soar higher. The mismatch ignites when others demand his presence, mistaking his silence for absence, his depth for disinterest. They call him distant, but he's not lost. He's found a strength most will never know, rooted in the quiet they flee. 2. The Hierarchy Rebellion. No kings, no followers. In a world obsessed with power games, the Sigma male stands unmoved, a rebel by existence, not by choice. Picture a corporate arena, executives flaunting titles, subordinates scrambling for favor. Most bow to the loudest voice, but the Sigma? He measures worth by competence, not crowns. A flashy CEO or trendy influencer earns no respect unless their actions prove their weight. This stoic discernment, valuing reason over rank, terrifies those who thrive on control. Bosses brand him unmanageable, peers whisper arrogant, but arrogance needs insecurity. Sigmas simply refuse to kneel to empty authority. Imagine a knight who serves no lord, loyal only to truth. That's the Sigma, unbound by society's ladders. The mismatch flares when others expect blind submission, but he offers only respect earned through deeds. His independence isn't defiance, it's a revolution, a living proof that you don't need to play the game to win. 3. The Friendship Filter. Few keys, many locks. Sigmas don't collect friends like trophies, they curate them like rare gems. Picture a crowded bar, laughter and clinking glasses, yet the Sigma engages selectively, his words measured, his eyes scanning for depth. Small talk is static, drama is poison. Every interaction is a test. Does this soul align with my truth? Most fail not because they're unworthy but because they lack the substance he seeks. This stoic discipline, guarding his inner circle, creates a fortress others envy but can't breach. Casual acquaintances mistake his courtesy for closeness, unaware his true bonds are forged in silence, loyalty, and unspoken trust. Imagine a vault with a single key. Only those who prove their worth hold it. The mismatch burns when people crave his trust without earning it, assuming access is owed. Sigmas choose quality over quantity, a standard that leaves the shallow stranded outside their gates. 4. The Rule of Nonconformity. Scripts are for actors. Society hands out checklists. Marry by 30, chase the corner office by the picket fence, but Sigmas torch them. Picture a man walking away from a six-figure job, not for rebellion, but because it chained his soul. Authenticity is his only law, a stoic commitment to truth over tradition. He'll end a relationship that feels like a performance or reject a secure path that demands his spirit. This unnerves those tethered to norms. Family nags about settling down, friends question his reckless choices, co-workers gossip about his defiance. But he's not lost, he's liberated, carving a path aligned with his core. Imagine a ship sailing against the tide, steady in its course. That's the Sigma, proving you don't need the herd to thrive. The mismatch? His freedom exposes the cages others accept, a threat to a world that worships blueprints over purpose. 5. The emotional fortress, pain processed in private. When life strikes, most broadcast their wounds, seeking solace in likes or sympathy. Sigmas vanish. Picture a man alone in a forest at dawn, wrestling his grief under the weight of silence, not to hide but to heal. Hurt? He retreats. Stressed? He dissects it solo. He feels deeply but trusts sparingly, a stoic choice to shield his soul from those who'd mishandle it. The world calls this cold, blind to the furnace of strength it takes to bleed unseen. If you're a Sigma, you know this cost, carrying pain without applause. If you're not, stop demanding his vulnerability. Trust isn't owed, it's earned. Imagine a castle with sealed gates, standing firm against storms. That's the Sigma, processing pain in private to emerge unbreakable. The mismatch sparks when others expect him to perform his struggles, missing that his silence is his sanctuary, where wounds become wisdom. 6. The language of silence, when less speech says more. Sigmas don't speak to fill voids, they ignite thought. Picture a boardroom meeting, voices clamoring for attention, but the Sigma's quiet, his rare comments slicing through like a laser. His words are tools, precise and purposeful, no fluff or fake smiles. Small talk chokes him. While others thrive in it, he suffocates, craving depth over noise. This stoic economy of speech, valuing impact over volume, creates friction. Co-workers misread brevity as rudeness. Partners plead for more communication, blind to the truth in his pauses. Those who listen, though, find more wisdom in his silence than in a lifetime of chatter. Imagine a poet crafting a single line that outshines a novel. That's the Sigma, speaking only when it matters. The mismatch? People crave noise, missing the power of a man whose words are forged in thought, not thrown in haste. 7. The energy economy, no refunds on time. To a Sigma, time is gold, wasting it feels like theft. Picture a man slipping out of a noisy gala, not to offend but to protect his focus. He'll ghost draining souls, skip pointless meetings and exit dead-end talks without a backward glance. It's not personal, it's survival, a stoic choice to guard what fuels him. Society calls this selfish, but is it selfish to preserve your life's currency? While others scatter their hours for approval, Sigmas invest deeply or not at all. Imagine a merchant who trades only in diamonds, refusing to barter with pebbles. That's the Sigma, valuing time over fleeting favor. The mismatch burns when people demand his presence without offering value, blind to why he'd rather be alone than trapped in emptiness. 8. The anti-performance, no masks, no audiences. Most morph to fit, fake laughs, forced nods, polished smiles. Sigmas refuse to act. Picture a man at a social event, stone-faced amid hollow chuckles, not out of anger but because he'd rather be real than play a part. Authenticity is his creed, a stoic rejection of facades that drain the soul. He won't grin to please or play nice to belong, and this unnerves those who live by masks. Why won't he just go along? They whisper, rattled by his truth. Imagine a lone statue in a sea of actors, unshaken by their scripts. That's the Sigma standing firm in his essence. The mismatch? His realness is a mirror, exposing the insecurities of a world that thrives on performance. 9. The delayed reaction, emotions on their own clock. Sigmas process feelings like a craftsman carves wood, slowly, deliberately. Picture a heated argument. Others shout instantly but the Sigma pauses, his silence heavier than their noise. He analyzes first, responds later, his words weighted with thought. Partners call it indifference, missing that his delayed reply holds more truth than their outburst. The stoic patience, mastering emotions before unleashing them, baffles those who crave instant reactions. His heart isn't absent, it's deep, brewing at depths most can't reach. Imagine a volcano, quiet but potent, its power unseen until it moves. That's the Sigma, feeling on his terms. The mismatch? People demand speed, blind to the strength of a man whose emotions answer to reason, not impulse. 10. The invisible exit, leaving without a sound. When a Sigma's done, he's gone, no fanfare, no fight. Picture a man fading from a toxic circle, his absence noticed only after he's long gone. Most miss the signs, shorter replies, less warmth, because they weren't watching. He doesn't burn bridges, he dissolves them, a stoic act of self-preservation. Some connections are prisons, draining his fire, and he'll slip free without apology. Society expects drama, a loud farewell, but Sigmas leave like shadows, clean and silent. Imagine a ghost gliding through a locked door, unseen until it's too late. That's the Sigma, exiting to protect his peace. The mismatch lies in their stealth, leaving others stunned by a departure so quiet it feels like he was never there. 11. The Unshakable Code, loyalty on their terms. Betray a Sigma once? You're erased like a scar burned clean. Earn his trust? His loyalty is steel, unbreakable but rare. Picture a man testing every ally, not from paranoia, but because his bond is sacred, a stoic vow reserved for the worthy. Most fail, expecting allegiance without proof, but Sigmas demand deeds over words. In a world of fleeting friends, he's a rare ally, unyielding but only for those who pass his trial. Imagine a sentinel guarding a fortress, admitting only the proven. That's the Sigma, loyal on his terms. The mismatch? Society craves blind devotion. Sigmas forge bonds that endure, but only for those who match their standard. Sigmas aren't flaws, they're forged. Their mismatch isn't a crack. It's a crucible filtering out those who dull their edge. The right souls don't need your ways explained. They see your fire, drawn to your strength, your silence, your unshakable truth. The wrong ones? They'll chase shadows while you shape empires. Sigma male community, where do you stand? Will you embrace your solitude, shatter society's scripts, and live by a code that carves your legend? This channel's your anvil. Smash that like button to spark the forge, drop a comment to share your path, share this video to awaken another Sigma, and if you're subscribed, hit that notification bell to stay forged with wisdom that sharpens your soul. Keep walking, brothers, alone but never lost. Let's keep rising.